Okay, a little late. I'm gonna jump here. Let me get the microphone. So I noticed in the stream, as I get anxious with the trading, I kind of like stroke myself in my face. I'm gonna try not to do that. All right, let's check in and see the stream. 2 minutes till market opens. A little bit of a late jump today. I don't want to be too hasty, but market is opening soon, and I don't want to miss a good move here. I'm gonna try not to. Okay, so we got. Okay. So let's see where we're at today. Moving up above the zone. Kind of have a bit of an upward trajectory so far today. We've come down and then rejected off of this. So we've not quite we've tested this again, but we did not come down. We still got all-time highs up there. We have 3 days away from solidifying this up weekly fair value gap, and the same goes for this. We kind of got like a head and shoulders thing going on. We've rejected up, come down, upward candle, went up, come down, went up, come down, went up. Kind of looks like we're going up for a bit. 4 hour. Kind of going for this new high up here. We've kind of rejected off of this trend line here. We're making a trend up. I'm going to get in because we're moving. I feel like this is an obvious target. We've already rejected off of this low level here. A lot of mixed pushes here, but the hour overall is the latest, and I think if we came up, let's see if we go back to the daily. So if we take this, we still have, that's the 4, that's a daily. So we've already mitigated the daily once. I think if it goes up again, if it takes out this level, then it might want to continue up for a due time. We do kind of have, I guess, fairly good news with the new everything going on with the war stuff. The tweeds are topping, but we have no fair value gaps supporting us down there. We got this pivot bottom here. We could pull back, or we could just keep going. So a lot of bullish signals here. We could see a pullback once we get to this 7.6 level, or is it 7.6? 7.7. I could get in a risk-free trade as soon as possible. I don't know, it's been a pretty good strategy actually to get in a risk-free trade as soon as possible, because if we're not making fair value gaps to the upside, then we're not showing a real continuation up to the upside. Now with this double down strategy, I have made profit on a big down day taking longs. So there's something to it. It is a little dicey at times depending on how much you double down, but it seems to be kind of like catching trades on a pullback. Making a big fair value gap to the downside potentially here on the 1 minute. Let's keep an eye on my higher time frames. We've created multiple 5-minute fair value gaps going up, so that's a little bit of protection. I almost want to double down here and just try to get out of one here. 2-5. Two down here. Wicked down big time off of this. 8 seconds left to solidify this fair value gap here on the 5-minute. We got a 15-minute way down there. Could go down and retest that at 4.7. All right. Let's see. So this is now 57, almost 20 points here. So I think we're on pretty good track to continue up now. If we could break this high, this pivot, which it looks like we're doing, created a fair value gap for 1 minute. We've got plenty of other fair value gaps. We got our momentum looking good. I have been trying to minimize my trading fee impact, so I'm trying to take longer trades. Now we could reject, we could go higher. I think we're kind of seeing a nice push. I want to get, I don't know, I want to get 25 points and call it a day. 8, 5, 6, 7, 7, 7, 8, 9, 8, 1, 8, 2. Okay, that would be 25 points. I'm touching my face again. So I'm on a pretty good run. I traded a little bit, even though I didn't get on stream in the morning. In the afternoon, I made a little bit, like 40, 50 bucks or whatever it was before the market closed. So my account is creeping near 1,700 now. I started at 500, so I'm in profit. A nice little chunk. We got fair value gaps. Let's zoom out because you never know. So we got this. That's a likely target here. Now 8.2 is not that much higher. I think that's still pretty reasonable. 21 minutes till we make a fair value gap on the 1 hour. It all looks pretty good to go up now. We could be ranging, we could reject off of this. I want to keep an eye on that, but I think I'm in a pretty good position now. We are tweezer topping here. We have a nice solid 1 hour candle forming so far, so I like that. Big wick on the bottom, short wick on the top. Five minutes left to potentially start a fair amount of gap on the 45 minute. But we are kind of tweezer topping here. But we'll see if this candle wants to turn around on this or make a fair value gap to the downside. So we're starting to look down on the higher time frames a little bit. Actually, this is where I'll okay, pushing down, might tag in this order here. We'll see if we make a fair value gap to the downside. It's kind of struggling to make a fair value gap. We still got more, volume as a continuation. Let's see where our aggressive bursts are doing. So we do got some aggressive sells, but we got a lot of buys in here. I think overall the buys are winning, but we do got a lot of sells in this area. Got a fair value gap. We've inverted one fair value gap. Oh, not quite. So that's good. Okay, so my sells are here. If we go above this high, I think it's going to explode up. Going to struggle to make another 1 minute fair value gap because we got this long wick. We are kind of starting to form our trend down. We've already invalidated or mitigated this fair value gap because of this low here, so this is another key level to watch on the 1 minute. We're not going to make another 5 minute fair value gap, but potentially we could be making a 15 minute, but we got to see some more foundational work happen here. We want to see another fair value gap on the 1 minute to kind of reestablish an upward momentum here. If we get a nice push on this candle, that would be a good sign of that. We had some buys up here in this level, so if we find ourselves breaking this level, we could see some more movement down. Nice push up so far. If we saw some aggressive buys popping in, then that would be a good sign. Okay, equal highs on the 1 minute. 5 minute already broke that high. I think we're gonna move up there and take that. That's pretty much a given at this point, I feel like. got a nice fair value gap forming. I'm going to start to form one on the 5 minute. I'm going to definitely have one on the 15 minute. Could tweeze a top, but not likely. I feel like with this extension, it's not going to retrace all the way back. It's just not likely, I don't think. And we are getting to this important level. We could watch on lower time frames to see if we're going to reject off of this level. We're making a strong argument that we are going to go higher though. Creating more 1 minute fair value gaps. It's a down candle, but there's more buys, so that's a sign that we're going up. And we're going to see how we're going to react off of this high here. I'm hoping it's just going to go up a little bit past it before it retraces. I guess I could technically we're good for 5 points if it stops us out. But it looks like we're going up. So we got some buys at the top here. More buys aggressively coming in, making fair value gaps. Might retrace off of this a little bit. More volume stepping in, pushing up. Quit touching my face. I guess my hand's right here. This is like I think it's just a self-soothing thing. Just like rubbing my face, play with my hair or whatever. It's like just to get the jitters out, I guess. All right, so we're gonna take this. This is going up nice. We're well above. We've closed above it. Might even consider going up, but I'm just gonna take the win. I mean, we have gone above a key level. It might want to come back a little bit, but so I think this is not a bad place. And if it does pull back a little bit later, we could re-enter. But we've closed above it. I think another strong push will take that order, and we'll have a nice solid day today. Okay, could tweeze the top here, but we're gonna take it. All right, I'm glad I readjusted and went for a little more. Oh, right at the edge there. Okay, we're out. So we had a nice solid trade here from 5-6. Did I take this? 6-6, 7-6, 2, 7, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 2. Yeah, I think we got a nice solid. Could have gone more. Just the way it was shaping up, I knew I could have probably gone for more, but it's okay. So that's it. I think I might even call it quits now, because that is a high probability trade. Anymore now, I think could be a little bit gambling, because we are hitting this fair value gap here. We have crossed over this line, this level here. See, we're kind of working back already. Could be a natural pullback, but So we've broken that level, which is a sign for it to continue up. I mean, I think entering in off a pullback would probably be reasonable. I mean, the market looks strong. Could have been a 30-point trade, but this is more of what I want to do. I want to just get in, get out. Look at that, though, it's going up. This could be one of those days where it just keeps going. But I want to take high probability trades. That's what I want to do. I want to take high probability trades. We're at 3. So we kept going up. I'm going to get out of everything here. Perfect. I'm so happy with the way things are going. Let's look at our performance here. So I think the last 2 weeks we've got a 67 win percentage. We are actually starting to ramp up a bit, I think. Most of my wins have been around 11:30. So I had this one little area where I had a kind of I went to my drawdown quite a bit. I had a couple areas where I went to drawdown a little bit, but made it out of there. I don't think these are lost. I think this is these are, I guess, drawdown. Not sure how that works. 67% win rate. Losing trade. Average losing trade. $19. So $19. Maximum drawdown. That's probably this little area here. That could have been here. So maximum drawdown is 218. So over the course of 2 weeks, I've on this basically trading starting at a 5, just a one contract, $5 per point, one contract on micro ES. I got to $218. I'd like to see that improve. Maybe if I went, see if I went past that. 6-1, that's 6-1. I did 6-2. Nice. Yeah, then it changed to 147. I guess this was my next one. $88. Okay, then it went to 88. So for the last 2 weeks, or last week basically, I've improved that number, the max drawdown number, to 88. So that's good. I've gotten fairly lucky, I guess. So I'm basically pleased with my performance, and I'm trying to figure out what is my goal in order to start. Yep. Okay. So it did pull back all the way to 82. So, yes, we could have squeezed a little bit more out of that by almost 10 points. But we did react, and you just never know where that reaction is going to happen. I think going above, a little bit above that key pivot point is a good place to call it quits, not getting too greedy. We could follow all the way down to here potentially. So that was textbook trade. Number of trades 2, 4 contracts. Winning trades 2, 100% today. $127. So I'll get my account to $1,750. I think $2,500 is my goal, maybe $2,500. We are now looking down below this line, kind of respecting it. This is kind of like a rangy area here. We have like a bit of a little upward trend, but we just, you can see a lot of mix. Aggressive buying and selling. I could squeeze, I could probably just keep trading and make more money, but I'm at this point, that I don't know, like that's the move. That was a good move. I don't know that I need to do anything else. If I was trading 10 micro ES contracts, that would have been, actually, I don't know if the fees would have been the same or would have been less, but I would have, see, what is with the fee? It's been basically $1,200. So profits with fees. So yeah, I only had $4 fee that time. So that's pretty good. But that's really what I want to get in the habit of doing. Just kind of get in and get out, make a nice solid trade like that, and get on with my life, make some good money. So if that was 10 contracts, that'd be $1,200. And if I was making $1,200 in a day, that would be pretty solid. And now if I was trading 2 contracts, that'd be twice as much. Even making $300 a day, close to 250, $300 a day. That'd be a nice little take home, even if I started with a small account. And then of course I want to build. And if I got to a 5K account, then I might be doing, if I built it to 5K, which, I mean, I'm on track to doing that. If I got a small account to 5K, then I would ramp it up to maybe 4 contracts. I would still be less risk than I had been so far starting out. So that was basically a perfect trade there. I'm not mad at that. I'm glad I hopped in, didn't hesitate. I mean, I kind of saw what I wanted to see, which was we were making moves up. We had this as a target. We had already come off of these lows here. And we've retraced now about 10, 15 points. So 2 trades, I'm getting my number of trades down. If I look back on, previous months, like I was taking hundreds of trades a day, so I don't think that's the move either. Let's see what I was doing. Now I have changed an auto change. Yeah, this is not accurate because I don't even know when that was. Oh yeah, I don't know what I just let it run and then I reset the amount. So that's not really accurate, unfortunately. I was screwing around. But let's see. Okay, so at that point I lost it down there. Okay, so for the last when was this? 526. So I pretty much had some like blowout days when I was screwing around. But overall, even so, for the last since one, two, three, over 3 weeks, I grossed 2,000, 65% win rate. Some big blowout losses, but I think I've gotten better at that, and I think I've seen a more consistent. I had these peaks and valleys, and then now recently I've kind of dialed in my strategy, and I'm seeing actually a better, more parabolic curve and a more consistent move up. Still had some blowouts. So if I go from 26. From 27. So from 27 on, it's looking pretty good. So that is 2,000 in profit over the last almost 2 weeks. So almost 2 weeks I've been in profit. Now I did have a little blowout here. That was a pretty big blowout actually. But I was able to, I would not have blown my account with the $500 account. So even with that, my max, yeah, 652 was my max drawdown. That would have blown the $500 account. So it's basically from the first on. So I think if I had I think if you have like a proper self-funded account, then okay, I want to do this. Then you could set a max daily loss limit, and if I just set it to something reasonable, I don't think it hits that too often. So could be moving up again here. So we have made a fair value gap. We have more sells coming in than buys at this moment. We have created a fair value gap up. I'm getting in. I'm getting nuts. I'll buy in again down here. 7, that's 10 points. That would be 10 points. We have mitigated this fair value gap. I want to get in a risk-free trade as quick as possible. Okay, this is why we don't do this. This is why we should have stopped. But it's okay. So we're gonna work this. We got some crazy news or something. Looking up again. Hopefully we can get in a risk-free trade if this wants to go up. We're in 4 contracts now. We're gonna double down again till, well, this could be getting dicey for us, but we're gonna try to. I'm gonna try to pull this off here. If I can get out of these contracts, then I will be in a risk-free trade up to the upside. We've kind of hit our lows here. So if we can get out of that, we can do it. Come on, we can do it. There we go. Risk-free trade. Let's see, we could take risk-free trade right at the bottom, which I like this. If it's going to go down, it's going to go down, but we're in a risk-free trade now. I mean, I could see it definitely go up here. Probably going to range, though, for a bit down here. So I'm not going to be surprised if it's going to kick us out of this trade. I'm going to put it actually a little bit above. Get 2 points out of this. I don't need to be in this trade, really. We did create a fair value gap. We inverted it. We're going down. We'll probably go down further. I could even just get out of this with 30 bucks. That'd be a nice little addition to my win. Okay, we're gonna get out of this, it looks like. A little bit sketchy, but it's okay. We'll get a small one out of this. I saw the fair value gap, thought, well, it's going to go up, but it's going to take it out now. Okay, a little extra. So it looks like it's going to go down a little bit more. Little dicey, but we made it out. We made it out. I think it might just be a little rangy the rest of the day. I mean, we did create this. We're trying. Well, that's only 4 hour there. 2 hour. 51 minutes on this. I mean, we have not solidified this yet. 21 minutes on this, pushing down heavy. Okay, so this is a pretty big reversal actually. This is we had fair value gaps going up, fair value gaps going down. I don't know that I need to. It's negative fair value gap going up, but I think it's going to range a little bit more. We've already had this huge wick, so that's a big wick. Last time we saw a big wick like that was a while. I might range around here and then go down. So actually got a little bit more with my strategy. For whatever reason, you can make money going the opposite trend. It is risky. I'm kind of curious what my drawdown would have been. So yeah, I did have a little bit of a drawdown. $14 was my max drawdown. Maximum loser tried $6. Maximum win, average winner tried $41. Messed up my win percentage a little bit, but I feel like the market trajectory, or the market open momentum is probably the best thing to take the trade off of, because it's kind of like the opening gates at a race or something, like at a horse race or something. It's like you, or like what are those called, those Matchbox Derby cars, where you speed it up and then you let it go, wind it up. It's kind of wound up and then you let it go. Whereas this, you've kind of already spent that initial momentum, and it's like a top spinning. You're not sure where it's going to go when it's losing momentum. But we could see we tweezer topped quite a bit here. And I guess my uncertainty is, well, we did reject. We did reject off of this line on the lower time frames, on most lower time frames. On basically all the major time frames, even the 5 minute. And on the 1 minute, we've created fair value gaps to the downside. So we've actually fallen more now than we have gone up. Now this is potentially a break and retest. We've broken, retested here. I'm gonna keep an eye on. I don't think I'll trade, but our low, are basically the low level to look at. It's still pretty far down there, and we're kind of like in a little bit of uptrend. We whipped up. We could just pull back a little bit. Want to go up later. So our 1 hour, we've not created a blue on the 1 hour. We probably will though create a blue after this candle at some point. We still got 45 minutes left. This one's already blue by quite a bit. Blue in the 90. Why isn't my 1 hour blue? It's interesting that the 90 is different. So anyways, so yeah, so we had a successful day. We got about, what was it, 25 points on the way up. You see from this trade to here, and we got out of it at the right spot. Or just, it went above this key level quite a bit. I could have maybe got 10 more points on the very tippy top end of it, but then you could see it reversed hard. I thought it was just going to be a pullback, so I did my double down thing and got out of the trade with a little extra profit for the day, and before it continued to just dump. That's where this double down can screw you, and I got to be able to recognize when that is. I think the double down thing kind of works when we're doing like a more rangy move up or down. But then when you have these long runs, that's where the double downs really screws you. So I'm glad I got out of there. I mean, I got out. You're in and out with the double down. That's the thing. It just kind of repositions you. So I thought it was going to reverse. I got into trades here, double down here, got out of my got in trades here, double down one time, pulled back, doubled down again. It went up, took profit. I got in, so I got out of the 3 contracts here with 2 of them, I guess, were considered losses, but they basically got 3 points there, and then that put me in a risk-free trade with my stop loss down here, and so it went up and then came back down, stopped me out. So my entry was here, stop loss went down, stopped me out before it went down. So here now for the rest of the day, I think it's just going to be too rangy, because we started off with a nice uptrend. We took out this key level here, previous swing high, and we rejected off of it. We rejected off it on all these time frames. We did not close above it, only on the 1 minute. And we're making fair value gaps going down. So this above that level, fair value gaps, that is a sharp, basically reversal. We've inverted these fair value gaps, created fair value gaps going in the opposite direction. Tweezer topped, fair value gaps, it's clear reversal. So it was actually stupid of me to even try to take long, but I thought it was a nice little pullback, and I think the double down entry, I do like it. I do like it because it seems to, it's a short ask, so it's kind of low risk in the sense of you don't have far to go to, with the market structure moving the way it does up and down, likelihood of it taking profit is better, and then it allows you to reposition to get basically a risk-free trade opportunity at the best bottom barrel opportunity if it wanted to go up. So I'm glad we're out of this though. Look at this. Look at that move, lean. What a move though. This is 7-5, 3, 4, 5. $50 points down. Had I had better confidence, I mean, this is a rejection off of this level. That is an entry. That is an entry. That could have been another trade. And this, where would have been my entry? If I wanted to. So we created that fair value gap. We respected it. Could have been here, but let's look on the 1 minute. So we inverted fair value gaps, created a fair value gap right off the bat. That's a strong indicator. Respected it. Created another fair value gap. Respected it. I mean, I don't think I like the idea of entering off of a fair value gap, but it is above this line here. 2 fair value gaps above this line. I could have potentially gotten in it right away. once I saw it come back under this level and then kind of respect this level, that could have been an entry. And it did not test it again. We did create another fair value gap going down. And then it did create a fair value gap going up, which that's what gave me the sign that, okay, it's now had a sharp reversal and going up. And that's why I got in at that point. But with my risk-free trade, it got me out of there. So now we got like a nice tweezer bottom at the bottom here. I feel like that's a big move down though. On the 1 minute, we got to see more fair value gaps going up though. So we bursted through. We did not have a break and retest at all on that level. But you know, I feel good about like just taking one trade today, and basically taking one trade and having the bulk of my win in one trade and then be done with it. So one thing that's different from this as a setup so far is we did not make a fair value gap right off the bat on the tippy top of this reversal. So we still need to see fair value gaps. We took out this low here. We're still not, this is like a minor trend line here. We still could go down further potentially. We've kind of like been in a little bit of a downtrend overall. I feel like after all that movement, it's probably going to range around for a while again. So let me know in the chat what you think. I mean, I'm up basically in two weeks. I'm up $1,200 in my $500 account that I started with. Actually, it was a little bit less than a little like $350 a couple weeks ago. So this is my second weekend. I'm kind of trying to show some consistency so I could feel confident getting into self-funded, because I've been doing the prop firm for a while and I don't think it's conducive. It's too much rules. You can't trade logically. You're trading with the framework of these rules. So I think I want to just bite the bullet and self-fund. I did try self-funding with $250. Once I realized I'm basically profitable, and there's some things I learned with that, which is I think my margin didn't allow for the drawdown. Even though I had money in my account, it got you out of a trade before you even hit your max loss. So there is a bit of a buffer. So I need to make sure I'm above that 500. Seems like a better number to start with, because my max average drawdown, I did have one that was like $220. So if I started basically last week, so I did have one $218 drawdown. So as long as that doesn't happen right off the bat, then I think I'll be consistently profitable. I've been actually a little more of a upward trajectory as of the last couple days. So I'm pretty happy with that as far as my progress so far, and my average win rate. Because of my double down strategy, I get more break evens and stuff, but I mean 67% win rate's not bad either. And then total, let's see, my average losing trade 1890, and then my average winning trade is 2670. So even over the last couple weeks and months, I'm finding my stride to have a strategy that I am going for the longer trades, trying to get 20-25 points 30 points, and not taking so many frequent trades. And I am working, still doing my double down technique, which obviously can be risky and get you into some shit if you're not careful. I have to I have to basically work on my rules for that double down strategy, which is I think I just need a max loss limit, and then also be aware that I'm not trying to double down on a free fall situation. It has to be more in a rangy type situation. Of course, free fall can happen at any point. So we did get some fair value gaps going up, but I don't know. I don't think I'm going to trade anymore today. I'm happy with my win. I need to practice discipline also, not to over trade. And we came down so much that this could just be a pullback to go down further. It's not quite a sharp reversal. We had this little rangy bottom here, so a little indecision down there. However, we do have this nice tweezer bottom here. Nice wick up off of here. So it looks pretty good, but I think I'm going to stay out of it. Let me know in the chat where you're coming from, if you're profitable yet with your trading, if you're into trading, what you're trading. Give me some love and like and subscribe if you don't mind. But I am starting to find my way, I think, after basically a year. When I first got on the charts, it's been about a year. And at some point, I started making some indicators with ChatGPT that kind of helped. A big one. So I think my most important indicator is this reversal candle indicator. So this reversal candle indicator, the way it works, the way I use it is on the 1 hour. Whatever my pre-market, whatever the most recent push is, so this is basically more volume going up than there was the previous candle going down. So it only happens basically on the reversal. So this is a down candle, had more volume going up. So leading up to the market open, whatever the last most recent push is, I look at that as the direction it's going to go. So leading up before market open, we had this push here. So I'm looking to take longs at the market open. So when market was open, my bias was long, so I got in at 755. So I got in right here, and I went for 25 points above this main pivot point here. And as you can see, we ended up rejecting off of here on all time frames. Basically, even this one, we've got these fair value gaps going down above that line, so that's a sign of a rejection there. So the way I use this reversal is whatever the most recent one is. Now here, now that it's going down, I would probably be looking to take shorts if it weren't for this long wick back up. But if you look here as well, most days I think market open, so you got to pay attention to it, because if it looks like it's going to go up, like here, market open, we have the down, and so it did go down initially, obviously, and so you still got to watch the signals. But if you keep your eye on this 1 hour candle pre-market, it kind of tells you the story of what's going to happen the rest of the day. So you I don't want to be trading necessarily against that signal. So that's pre-market up, went up, Pre-market down was the most recent one before market open. It went down. Pre-market down and went down. Pre-market up, went up. We had this one here, but then when the market opened, you still got to pay attention. Since we wicked back up, I'm having my eye. And once this locks in, and it basically, you get to more volume than the previous candle. So this one, previous candle was 165. This got to 172. So at some point, once it is reversal, then you're expecting it to kind of go up, continue to a degree. This was an up candle. Wait till market open. Even though it's down here, it went up. This pre-market down, went down. Now this is still pre-market, this candle here, starting at 9 a.m. So at some point, if you see it going up after wicking up here, there's a chance that it's going to go up. Previous candle was 28, this was 135. So at some point halfway up, this turned into a reversal candle, so I'm taking it up. Here, again, same thing, went up. Now this one went down. It doesn't work every time. You still gotta, I think actually this day I was actually, one of these days I was actually trading at odds with the direction. So you still gotta use common sense. Pre-market up, went up. Pre-market up, went up. I mean, some of these are pretty clear signals. Pre-market down, went down. Pre-market up, went up. This down, I mean, it's something. It is too much of a pattern here to not pay attention to it. So that's my main signal for my daily bias. And then I also use trend lines. Trend lines I've found are pretty significant. So I have this trend line from, a long time ago, and this is where it bounced. Now it was up here, and once it broke through it, that's a signal that it's going to continue to go down. And then once it reacted off of here, it created a new trend line. And now we're looking at that as basically a point of interest to where a price might reject off of. And if it goes below here, it might continue to go down. Another main indicator that I learned from the Aljo School of Trading on YouTube is you look at your higher time frames. You look at these fair value gaps, your PD arrays, which are fair value gaps, pivot highs, and order blocks. Actually, did I have it off? I had it off all day. I'm not using it as much anymore. But this was a good thing to help visualize these PD arrays. So here, this candle, this was my low. Previously it was this one. Actually this one. So if we reject off of here, this fair value gap has been mitigated when it on this low here. So this is actually a real point. Did it actually break that low? No, it didn't. So it rejected off of this low here. And then if you look above, we have a daily fair value gap that's still in the process of forming in 3 days on the weekly time frame. So this high is another key level. And if we go down time frames, like the daily time frame, that broke this high. Earlier today, this was the high, and I was thinking maybe this is a moment to watch. Is it going to reverse? Is it going to continue? And so I thought, well, pullback is going to continue because it broke this high, but with those clues, I should not have really looked at it as a continuation. With all the fair value gaps, or the reversals and fair value gaps going the opposite way. But these are the levels I look at. So it's this level down here, trend line level here, and then we got this kind of minor trend line. And let's see what else. The other thing I'll use is this aggression burst. So when there's aggressive sells or buys, then you'll see the bubble here populate on the where the aggressive burst happens. So if you're seeing a lot of green and up that goes along with the uptrend, then you're probably going to continue. If you're seeing sells, then you're probably going to see a trend down. So this is actually a big one. I turn it off and on though, just to kind of get a idea of the volume, the flow of the volume. Fair value gaps are important. I don't think I watch inverted fair value gaps, but not as much as the fair value gaps themselves. I feel like it's a stronger signal. So the price wants to go either to test or break through, or disrespect the fair value gap. The other thing I do use is this session high and low indicator that I made. Actually, I'm surprised we have some Asian lows here. Price might want to come down because there's liquidity here. It's also at a pivot. It's at a pivot or a trend line there, and it's above this low, which is a major pivot low. So these are all like magnets, and once they get there, they'll either react to disrespect it or respect it. Hello in there. Hello, hello, hello. Are you listening? Can you speak? Please communicate. Say hi. Give me a like and subscribe. I think I'm on to something here. I'm on a pretty good track so far. So I just want to prove to myself some more consistency, and then I'm going to self-fund my own account. And so here's another good example. Kind of a reversal, you know. We got these fair value gaps. We've already mitigated the fair value gap on the 1 minute. We're kind of ranging around here. The other thing I'm trying to start to look at is this fixed volume profile indicator. So the more volume it creates, the more you'll see a peak here, and then that's where price wants to, it's like a magnet, and then when it goes beyond those prices, it moves pretty quick until it gets to another magnet zone. So I got here, it's a little bit of a magnet, moved quickly up to here, a magnet, and now it's ranging there until it makes its next move. So it's kind of consolidating at these peak points. So anyways, we got our pivot high, pivot low down here. This may be a target. The other thing I have been kind of using, I'm testing out, not sure if it really has that much value, is this, I'm calling it the simple candle delta number. So in this down candle is up a positive 22%. There's more buys than there is sells. So it seems to be like a little bit of a pre-indicator of where price wants to go. Here's more sells and buys. Here's more sells and buys. Price ended up going. This was more buy than sell. Price ended up eventually pushing up. It's like you kind of see a little bit of the inner workings of the candle. Even though the candle might be an up candle, there's more sellers in that candle at lower price than the buys. So even price is moving. The filled orders are moving at the actual price level, but the buyers and sellers are, it's an indicator that might be there's more buyers than there are in a down candle than there are sellers. And then that might be an indication of the momentum shifting a little bit too. So I've been using that. This fair value gap one is just a classic. Might just go back to using this one. This is the Arjo. My fair value gaps. But I have been putting both of them, even though it's a little bit messy. You can kind of see these layers of like, this is the original fair value gap, and then it starts to take it out, and then that leaves you with, you know, less of a, like a partial box of it. And this is like based on order flow. So this is the indicator that kind of really got me profitable for whatever reason. Following along with it was helpful to kind of know trend and direction, but then since then I've added those other tools to my repertoire that seems to be helpful. I think mostly is that daily bias one, the reverse candle. That's probably my really go-to that I watch in the moment. So this is like a disrespect zone. This is a respect zone. I did have this up to download. I'm not sure if it's still, they did, like TradingView, you can't like upload an indicator, one that's similar to another one. And then also if you don't have proper pictures and descriptions of what it does, then it doesn't let you, it takes it offline. So people were downloading it, but then they took it offline at some point. So I don't follow this as much anymore. Here, I'm playing with my hair again. Okay, psycho. So anyways, let me know in the chat if this is making sense. Give me some love. Say hi. Give me some tips if you know any tips. What can improve my strategy? But that's basically the gist of it. And so I'm happy that I got my successful trade in before I have to start work. And so say hi to me before I sign off, if you don't mind. Give me some love, give me some thumbs up, give me something. Well, no. Let me see, can I see who's watching? I can see who the... I can see oh, I can see. Oh, okay. Hello there. Nice to see you there. Be my guest. Be my guest. Alrighty, so that's it for today. Successful day. We got the account up another 25 points. So we're just moving our way up, aren't we? Stay tuned. We trade here on YouTube every morning that I can, unless I have something else going on. So I'll stream live and share my trades. You can follow along if you want. Not that this is not trading advice. This is just sharing my experience. So do your research, study, be a student of this skill, and hopefully you'll find success like that I'm searching for. So I think I'm on my way though. I'm on track to be profitable, and I just gotta keep going. All right, God bless you. Good luck. Oh, and check out QQDD Etsy shop. We make custom shirts like this one. This is just an old one from Christmas, but it's like a graphic novel, like Santa Claus. You better watch out, you better not cry. Let me see if I can get a nice thumbnail.